Yo, what's going on? DeltaNien here, and today we're featuring a pretty standard rain team. But this team has a few tricks that I really think people have been underutilizing in my opinion, which is this Grimmsnarl. Now, Grimmsnarl, obviously everyone knows is a solid Pokemon, definitely better in like restricted formats to keep you restricted alive. But it has something that I think is very interesting that people have been underutilizing, which is Prankster Misty Terrain. Now you may be thinking, well, who cares? Misty Terrain, it doesn't boost fairy moves or anything. What is it doing? It is enabling our physical attackers. It's taking away Psychic Terrain, and it's nerfing Dragon types. Dragon types are very, very common. We even have one on our team right now, Archilodon. Uh, Garchomp has seen a lot of success. Dragonite, Excalibur. Now, obviously, all these Pokemon have something in common, which is their Dragon type moves aren't really that useful. But I mean, that's not really the main thing Misty Terrain is doing. It's just kind of like dissuading you from even clicking that. And then a lot of them have counters to their types, like Garchomp, you just bring in a flying type. And if you nerf his Dragon type moves, it's kind of like whatever. Dragonite, it's like if you could be a Ghost type or yeah, just a Ghost type really. You basically force it to Terra flying, you know? Because it's usually like Dragon type move, Extreme Speed, and Terra Blast. And you could just kind of ignore it if they don't Terra to Terra flying. And it's just overall a good terrain. Let's Annihilate, Mousehold, and Basket Legion just sit on the field without having to worry about, am I going to get put to sleep? Am I going to get burnt? It's also a pretty good counter to Sneasler, which people are having trouble with. Which is probably why Grimmsnarl is Terra Ghost. You resist the Dire Claw, which you were previously weak to. And you also are immune to close combat, so you can basically make Sneasler useless in a way against against Grimmsnarl specifically, but Basket Legion as well. Basket Legion is a pretty strong Pokemon with a Choice Scarf, and it's actually Adaptability Choice Scarf, which people are not going to expect on a rain team. So you could just kind of lead it with Grimmsnarl, set up a screen or something, and just let it go to town. People are going to think you're going to want to switch in Pelipper, but you don't even need to bring Pelipper into that team. And the Archilodon is pretty standard. I would say the most unorthodox thing about it is that it has Snarl, so no steals, excuse me, no steel type stab on it. And the Mousehold also is pretty standard. I mean, it's not going to be doing any damage. It's purely support. With Beat Up, Taunt, Follow Me, and Protect. I mean, Beat Up can like break a sash or finish something off, but otherwise it's not really doing anything. And item is Safety Goggles, which doesn't come into play too much in Best of 1, but I think this is a team ran in a tournament, so that makes sense. But yeah, with all that being said, let's just actually hop into a real game now. First opponent is Gorl, running a pretty popular team right now, which is Indeedee Mel, Sneasler, Escadrille T-Tar, Magmar, and Corviknight. Corviknight's good because Escadrille could just spam Earthquake next to it. This team is very anti-Sneasler. You have Escadrille, which could deal with Sneasler. You have Magmar, which could basically ignore Sneasler with Vital Spirit. You got, obviously, Sneasler, which is good into well, bad into Sneasler? Good into Sneasler? However you want to see it. What's our best way to stop this from happening, though? I think we could just lead Mouse Ape. Mouse Ape is pretty strong here. Or actually, let's go Grimmsnarl and Ape. And then we could just bring Pelipper in case they want to go with the Escadrille mode. And Archilodon is just pretty good into everything here. Well, there is a lot of ground and fighting, actually. I think we actually opt for Basket Legion instead. And my opponent just leads Sneasler and Indeedee. This is where Grimmsnarl actually comes in pretty handy here. I could obviously just eat a Dire Claw immediately, but that doesn't even feel like the end of the world, honestly. I'm gonna set up the Misty Terrain here, and I'm just gonna Drain Punch Indeedee here. No Terra here is definitely scary on my part. Also, I don't think Sneasler had the seed. It didn't. So it's probably sashed. Do I just go for light screen? I can't afford it. I'm just gonna make Indeedee useless, I guess. Misty Terrain here. Alright. Indeedee probably went for Expanding Force, and that's still gonna hurt, but at least we can't be put to sleep with Dire Claw. Okay. Citrus Berry and Drain Punch, though, should put me in a pretty good spot here. What did Sneasler do? Just Dire Claw? It is. And we do survive, which is good. Drain Punch comes out here, does over half to Indeedee. Do we live another one? Probably not. But we could just set up a light screen here. Versus my opponent's team, though, I actually think I want to Reflect. So I'm actually going to go for Reflect here. And I'm just going to Protect and see what they went for. They might switch Indeedee here, which would make sense. Let's just see what they want to go for. And if Grimmsnarl goes down, I get a free switch in, right? Probably switch in Basket Legion. I wish I had some spread damage here so I could just knock this Indeedee out and hit Sneasler. But not an option for me at the moment. The Sneasler is obviously sashed, I feel. So it's... Oh, it's actually White Herb. Interesting. I think that's fine, then. How does Sneasler hit Basket Legion, right? Obviously, it's going to be faster than me, but I think I just Wave Crash it. They don't have a switch in the Wave Crash at all. So I'm just going to Wave Crash into Sneasler and Drain Punch the Indeedee again. Honestly, I think it's worth just tearing here to take less damage from Expanding Force. I think that's definitely worth it in this situation here. They could Dire Claw me, but I seriously doubt it. I don't really know what Sneasler wants to do here, though, to be honest. It's weird that they're staying in. Okay, they just go for the Dire Claw. Interesting. And Expanding Force shouldn't do too much now. Yeah, not horrible. Wave Crash. I feel like that probably one-shot Sneasler. Does. And then Drain Punch should take out Indeedee. And if they have T-Tar Escadrille in the back, we could switch in our Pelipper. And then Scarf Basket Legion should put in some work. Okay. And we do have 2 Rage Fist boosts. That is important to keep in mind. Who comes in here? It does look like it's Escadrille T-Tar. Who do I take out then? Escadrille is most likely sashed. So is it better to just KO T-Tar? My opponent hasn't Terra'd, by the way. But I think they probably know that Escadrille is their most valuable Pokemon right now. So they might just Terra it. Let's see. I really don't know what to expect right now. What could my opponent do here that could really mess me up? I mean, getting rid of the sand, automatically good for me. Getting Rain Up and boosting my water type attack, very good for me. And I'm not too scared of Escadrille, honestly. If this is T-Tar, this might be bad. Okay, is it flying? Makes sense. I kind of expected it, but I feel like Adaptability Wave Crash in the rain might be able to just take you out. Okay, I thought so. And then it's just probably Earthquake, which is fine, in my opinion. Because it needs to take 2 hits to kill Pelipper, right? Yeah, it is just Earthquake. Perfect. So yeah, I think I'm in a pretty good situation here now. because I have Weather Ball, so I have a water type stab. And I think Misty Terrain, just making it so Sneasler couldn't get any status on my Basket Legion, kind of won us the game. And the Expanding Force would have one-shot Annihilate, so we got pretty lucky here. Well, I wouldn't say we got lucky. We played pretty well, I would say. Alright, I'll see you in the next game. Alright, our next opponent has a name that I cannot pronounce, but they have Ninetales, Meowscarada, Whimsicott, Dragonite, Magmar, and Garchomp. Is it bad that I kind of feel like we should just bring the same 4 again? Grimmsnarl screens. If I just set up a Reflect, I feel like we're really in a good spot here. So I do think I want to bring that again. Annihilate kind of shuts down most of their Pokemon here. Except Ninetales, I guess. Pelipper gives us counter weather, and Basket Legion is just very strong into their team. I could consider Archilodon as well. It's bad into Garchomp, but good into pretty much everything else. I actually do think I'll bring Archilodon then. My opponent leads Magmar and Garchomp. Interesting. What is gonna happen here? Are they just going for Terraflying Earthquake, or what do they want to do here? Would it be dumb to just bulk up in front of Garchomp? I feel like it can't really do much to me, right? Unless they have a specific Terra for me, but no way to predict that. Alright. What is my opponent gonna do here? It is Terra. Is it just Terraflying Earthquake like I said? Because I feel like... Oh, it's Garchomp Terra actually. Terra Ground. Okay, so they're going for max damage. Is it just Follow Me? What is... Is it Stomping Tantrum, or are they just taking out their own Magmar? Reflect comes out, that's good. What do they want? Bulk up, so I'm actually faster than this Garchomp here. Good to know. I should take like nothing from this. It is just Stomping. Into Annihilate. Yeah, that doesn't even do half. Makes sense. They don't really have status, but Garchomp doesn't really have anything else to do here. So I am just gonna Misty Terrain. And I'm gonna bulk up again. I don't see why I wouldn't. I'm faster, I get another defense boost. I'll probably eat my Citrus Berry here. Obviously, if they crit, that really sucks. What is my opponent doing here? Bulk up again. Crit's like the only thing that could really lose me the game right now. Stomping comes out again. It's a Grimmsnarl, and they do get the crit. Interesting. Very interesting. At +2, I feel like Annihilate might be able to one-shot Magmar. And then we could just go for a Weather Ball here. And even if they switch at Ninetales, it's super effective as well. So that's pretty good for me. But let's see what they do here. Do they just spam Follow Me Stomping? Ooh. Are they just switching in Ninetales? Oh, Meowscarada. Okay, we get a super effective hit in here. Oh wait, no. Why did I think Ice was gonna pop up for some reason? I mean, this is still gonna do decent damage and break the Sash. Potential Sash. Yeah, that does a lot. And then I just Weather Ball into this Magmar. And then Drain Punch. Helping Hand. Ooh, they're going for Flower Trick, I guess. Makes sense. Does this one-shot me, though? It does. Okay. That's smart from my opponent here. That's nice from my opponent. I still think I'm fine, though. Okay, Magmar's out. I only have a Trilodon left, but that's actually fine. What is my opponent gonna switch into? Is it just Garchomp again, or what? Okay, it's Ninetales. Okay, so I do have Ice-type Weather Ball now, which is fine. That's actually pretty good. Do I just set up Tailwind here? I might want to just set up Tailwind here. Pelipper should live this turn. I would hope so. And I'm just gonna go for Body Press into Meowscarada. Nice and neutral. Low kick. Interesting. We do still have Reflect up, so we took it pretty nicely. Are they gonna Aurora Veil here? Ooh, they have Freeze Dry. Good to know. Good thing we get to Outspeed next turn. I would hope. With Tailwind we get to Outspeed at least. And we're gonna get a big hit off into this Garchomp here. I feel. Tailwind comes out. Perfect. Now it is interesting to note I can't Electro Shot anymore unless I want to take 2 turns to do that. Okay, Garchomp. I hope that I can outspeed here. That's just my hope. I'm just gonna Weather Ball and Body Press into this Garchomp. It's not worth terroring here. I think we can get Garchomp off the field, and then the Terror will just screw me over versus Ninetales. Body Press comes out, does okay damage. I'm gonna take some Rough Skin. Please be faster, Pelipper. Okay, perfect. And it's probably... Oh my god, you lived? Well, I think that caused me to lose the game instantly. I did not expect it to live. Now I'm gonna eat a Terra Ground Stomping Tantrum. Okay. I live, but that doesn't mean much. I could Snarl here, but it's not gonna do anything, right? Blizzard is just gonna take me out. I mean, Snarl is still my best play, though. Double Connect, lower 9-cell special attack, but that doesn't matter. Damn, that live is... That kind of sucks. I could have Stellar Terra too, and it could have died. Damn. Alright, well, if you made it to the end, consider subscribing. With that being said, this is DeltaNien out. Peace.